It's a gorgeous day here in Northwest Arkansas as we get ready for the Hogs and Mississippi State. It's about, 55 degrees right now? Doesn't feel like it. Feels more like 60, 65. So if you don't have tickets to the game, I would highly recommend you get on the secondary market, find some, come out, and enjoy what could be Arkansas's only conference win this year. Although I still think those LSU and Texas games are more winnable than most people. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the coaching search. If you haven't heard, Rhett Lashley signed an extension with SMU, which, if you're thinking that, most likely takes him out of the running with Arkansas and every other job, you're probably right. However, I've seen stranger things happen. Most notably, Steve Alford, basketball coach at Nevada, when he was at New Mexico, signed a deal the week of the NCAA tournament. Promptly gets bounced by Harvard in the first round. Then 48 hours later, he was the new coach at UCLA. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I have seen it happen. There is a chance. About as much as one as Jim Carrey's character had with Lauren Holly in Dumb and Dumber. But there is a chance. Which, by the way, that's weird when you think about it, because Jim Carrey married Lauren Holly. I've always wondered how you screw that up. How do you screw up a marriage with Lauren Holly? Anyway, I'm telling you right now, some athletic director is going to be rewarded by hiring a G6 head coach or an assistant coach who's going to turn out to be the next great head coach in college football or next really good head coach in college football. I just don't want to be sitting here in 3 years saying, as an Arkansas fan, we could have had that guy. We could have had Eric Morris. We could have had Summerall. We could have had Alex Golish. I don't want to be in that position. Now, if you think Bobby Petrino is going to be the guy, I would probably agree with you right now because of the lack of flashy candidates are out there. But I'm against flash. I want quality over flash every time. Just think, if you lived in the 70s, who would you rather go see in concert, Kiss or Led Zeppelin? The answer's easy. You'd rather go see Led Zeppelin. So that's what you got to think about it. The other thing you got to think about is because situations at schools like Arkansas and LSU have gotten so volatile, coaches like Lashley, coaches like Lane Kiffin down at Ole Miss are thinking the jobs that they have right now are better than the jobs that they could get offered because you're appreciated by the fan base, but most importantly, you've got support from the president and the athletic director, and you don't have to win national championships, or you don't have to turn around and get a team to the playoffs now. And with that kind of peace, with that kind of support, it's getting harder and harder to leave those jobs and be seen as a missionary. So as this thing evolves, it'll be interesting to see who Arkansas goes after. But at this point, man, I'm firmly on the air. I'm firmly on Eric Morris's train. Hopefully he gets a shot at this job. If he doesn't, I don't mind Bobby Petrino. But right now, I think we're going to see a lack of big-name hirings in college football. There'll be one or two, James Franklin of Tech. Just not going to be as many as there has been in years past, despite all the openings. All right, that wraps it up for this edition of Hogs in 60 or More. I'm Eric G. for 92.1 The Ticket and the 92.1 The Ticket app.